SGN, Illinois. Now rocking it. Good evening, everyone. And as you can see, I've decided to step it up a notch and decide to actually dress for the topic of some good news because I'm committed to sharing you some good news. And without further ado, let's get into some good news. The first piece of good news that we have here today is a talk about the coronavirus COVID-19 vaccine. And the truth is that every single day we are getting closer and closer to finding the cure, to helping those people who don't have strong enough white blood cells to fight it, to help everyone. But the thing is, you should still not be afraid. It's going to happen, and people are working as hard as they can. Whether it comes to the people helping people in the hospitals or the researchers researching the vaccine. Thousands of people are trying to work to help keep thousands of other people safe, if not millions, the entire world. So just be patient, wait, and thank you for doing that, medical researchers and people working in hospitals. With some more good news, jobs are being added, things are reopening up more and more. Yes, some people are upset about schools not opening, but in other states, some states schools are opening, but specifically in Illinois, schools are not opening. But I just do want to say that there still is other options. Private schools are an alternative. Private schools allow option for students to still experience school, but to still go in person for those students who need it. For example, students that have IEPs and need certain learning aspects that they cannot get in online school, which that's amazing. It's good news for students that really need it, or students that just need the social aspect of school. Of course, private school is not affordable. It costs a few $1,000s to actually send a student there, and some families cannot afford that. Which is why they're working as hard as they can to send students back to school. They're trying to do this, and they are going to try to do it. But the good news here is something very important, and that is sports. Sports are reopening in schools, where students are still able to do it while following social distancing rules and still having fun. It allows for students to meet up with their friends and experience the social aspect of schools. Of course, this is for high school and for middle schoolers, but not really for elementary schools. But they're trying to work on different ways where they can do certain activities and are trying to work as hard as they can to give opportunities where students can still meet up and still have fun and have socialized and just have everything back to normal with normal lives. That's some really good news. And speaking of sports like professional sports are reopening back up. The Bears have been practicing, college sports are coming back, everything is coming back. I'm just saying the Bears because, of course, I am a Bears fan. I'm Illinois, okay, but other football teams, other basketball teams, all sorts of teams are reopening up. Yes, there is some problems with different players getting COVID-19, but they are trying as hard as they can to reopen up so you sports fans can enjoy the sports. Because sports are back. That's the thing. Yes, you may not be able to be there in person at the stadium, but still, your favorite teams, they're competing. They're still doing this. They're not letting COVID stop them from playing what they do best. That's some real good news. And I just want to say something real quick. Is it just me, or is everyone wondering what happened to John Krasinski? What happened to him making his SGN videos? Yes, his reason for stopping at the 8th episode was because of where he lived opening back up. And it was just like it was over. But the truth is, the pandemic is not over. We're still here in our homes doing stuff. People are still working from home. Kids are not back in school yet. And more problems have arose since SGN with John Krasinski has ended. Whether it comes to the riots, political tensions, so much different things. We need good news now, urgent, fast, just to come in to show that they're still good, because there's a lot of bad news on the news. But this is a network for only good news. So hopefully John Krasinski will come back. Hasn't posted on the YouTube channel in months. Something's going on. But they're still good, because I am one of many SGN correspondents who's deciding to make videos, to still spread the good news, but to come from other locations. And if you want to look for a local SGN correspondent for you, just search it up, SGN correspondence, and search up where it is, and you'll be able to find it. There's hundreds of SGN's correspondents. I hope you find one that you like. But with that message out of the way, let's get into some more good news. And now I want to have a piece of news that's very personal to me. I did mention it a little bit in my last episode of Some Good News, but I want to give it into more detail because now the event actually happened, and it's actually a really good piece of good news that shows further steps going forward into gaining back to normal. And this piece of good news is, of course, about Elevate. And I've mentioned Elevate a lot in my Some Good News, and you may think I'm biased mentioning them too much, but the truth is, what they're doing during this time is extraordinary. If you don't already know, Elevate is a junior high ministry at my church that I do go to, and it is actually really cool what they have been doing. If you want to go check out some of the other things they've done, check out some of my other posts. But today we are specifically talking about the watch party that they did. The watch party was an event that they did to actually re-meet in person, to actually have church, where they did it, following social distancing measures, but still being able to do it, to interact with other people. And they announced that in September, when school does start, they are going to start doing all of them in person and actually make it bigger and better. And it was so epic. They've been doing so much stuff to try to help their students during this time. And it proves that you can take further steps forward and you can still meet in person. You can still meet up with your friends. You can still have fun, have a group. You can still meet up with them. And I just want to thank Elevate for taking those steps forward, for doing that, and actually showing and being brave and showing that you can still take action and still good stuff. And that's some good news. And so now it's time for the thing that I started in the last episode. Taking something that is bad and to make it look good. But this time, not actually look good, but actually make it good. But this time, I want to make it personal to you. Think of one thing that's bad in your life, something that you're not enjoying. Instead of focusing on that so much, look around you. Look that you're still here, that you're watching this video, that you're getting good news. There's still good in the world, but you're thinking, oh, that's just in other places. What about me? Well, I'm here to tell you there's still good everywhere. There's good in your life. But if you focus so much on the bad, it just sucks you in. And you have to start focusing on the good, because there is good everywhere. And that's my message to you. Wait, we forgot about the weather.
The weather? It's pretty good.
Thank you, Greg. And that concludes it for this episode of SGN. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you liked my suit. I thought it would just be a cool, nice thing to do. And that concludes it. Bye. Subscribe for more good news. This is Some Good News, SGN, official SGN correspondent. Subscribe and follow on Instagram, link in the description for more good news. Some good news.